Hello everybody, welcome back to the stream. So we're doing a early stream today, a couple of hours early actually, because I have a meeting right in the middle of the normal stream time. So I figured I'd move it back a little bit to get that, get the same stream time in so we can do about 2 hours again today. And I don't know what we're going to be doing. We'll figure it out. I want to experiment a little bit more with the poison effect that I was trying to do yesterday, but there's a possibility that that's still not going to go well. So we will we'll see what happens. But before I get into it, I want to remind everyone that Gunforged is available for sale. It's my 2D roguelite shooter that is my first release as a full-time indie dev. So if you want to support my work, this is a great way to do it. It's currently 50% off for the Steam summer sale, so you can get it. It's quite a steal. And if you play it, leave a review. I would very much appreciate that. I also have my Udemy courses available for sale. These teach you how to build complete games in the Godot engine. This one is the 2D Survivors course, but I also have a puzzle game course that's C#, available on my instructor profile or in the links in the description below. And I'm happy to say that I'm like 95% done with the Udemy listing for the new online cooperative multiplayer course. So I just need to create the little trailer video for the course and also get a thumbnail going, and then I think Udemy has to do a round of QA on it before it can get approved. So the online cooperative multiplayer course, which is in GDScript, will be available very shortly. And so if you want to be notified when that goes live, then hit the notification bell. I'll put an announcement video on this channel, and I'll also send an email out to my email list, which I've been neglecting, but I have an email list that you can sign up for at firebelly.com as well if you're interested in that. So all of those advertisements out of the way, let's get back into it, and time to bang our head on the table with this poison effect again. I actually think I have an approach that I want to take, but let's say hello to everyone first. Hello, Arion, welcome back. Always good to see you. Crazy Golden Apple, good to see you again. I just realized that your profile pic is a pineapple, which is not a regular apple. Welcome back, it's good to see you. Hello, Ryan. Welcome, good to see you again as well. Got some early birds here. Well, I don't know what time it is for you all, but I was up at 6 a.m. this morning. Rise and shine, you know? Anyway, so a couple of people suggested for the poison effect. A couple of people suggested, what? Why is this not working? Oh. What in the world? So a couple of people suggested doing like a vial drop effect. And so I'm gonna go ahead and actually do that. I'm actually just gonna delete most of these. Let me think actually. I'm gonna keep the particle impact. Impact 2, what is this? Oh, it's the blue, okay. So I'm gonna delete these two. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like a burst, and then I'm gonna do a pool of poison that kind of spreads throughout the board and then disintegrates or disappears. And if that looks good, I might add a vial into it later, but I want to see if the particles are going to look good first. So let's go ahead and do that. So the impact, I'm actually going to change this a little bit. Actually, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just keep those as they are. And then I want to do a longer lived particles. So pool, particles, pool. Let's just hide that for now. Let's make unique recursive, okay. Okay, so in here, we're gonna make this quite bigger. Let's do 32 maybe. That looks okay. And then we're going to turn the explosiveness up. That's already up. We're gonna give it a little bit of a longer lifetime. And we're gonna turn down the velocity to 0. And we're also gonna turn down the angular velocity. Okay. Let's get some more lifetime randomness in there. We'll turn down the amount of particles to maybe something like 10. Okay. And then for the size, we can change the scale to be a little bit larger. I might do a smaller minimum scale too. Actually, we can make this probably 1 second. Yeah, that'll work. Maybe I'll turn up the... Well, the problem is that this could potentially go off the board, so that would be bad, but... Spread 180, that's fine. Yeah, so let's duplicate this, and I'm gonna once again make this unique recursive. And then this particle process material here, I'm gonna change the initial ramp color to that blue, and turn this one down even more. Okay, so we've got particles pool and particles pool 2. Let's go ahead and add those to our default animation. And probably going to need to increase this length a little bit. So that goes to 1.5. Why are these not on... Oh, I see. So let's make this 0. Let's make this one 0. Can I reorder these? Was I hallucinating? I thought there was a feature in Godot where I could reorder the animation tracks. Oh. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Anyway, so we're going to turn emitting on here. That's going to... Let's put that at 0.2. So 0.2 on. And then we're going to turn this one to 0.2 on. Okay, so let's see what it... Okay, so that's a little bit too delayed. We'll do 0.1, 0.1. So we're going to try just like a simpler burst. I can probably increase the radius a little bit here. Well, let's see how that goes. Hello, Night Raven Games. Catching the first stream. Welcome. Good to see you here. I don't think I've ever seen you in the chat, or maybe you have been in the chat before, but welcome regardless. Good to see you. Let's see. How do we feel about that one? I might change this down, actually. Instead of the scale, I'm going to make the scale smaller. Where's the scale in this one? Okay. First time, have seen some of your code reviews and tutorial. Awesome. Well, welcome. Are you making a mess? My cat is going crazy this morning. What else is new? Ooh, I like that one. That looks a lot more subtle. How do we feel about that? Actually, this would be better if I got rid of the spider, because the spider deals damage, so it's playing the damage effect at the same time, so it's kind of hard to see like what exactly it looks like. So let's get rid of the spiders, and we'll put this in here instead. I think the particles impact, they need to be a lot more violent. And the way to make them more violent is just to make them shorter in terms of their lifetime. So let's try that. And now there's too much of a delay here because they're quicker. So I'm just going to set these down to 0. 0. 0. Okay. We'll go through the alchemy here. I need to make a tweak to that little alchemy thing too. All right, over to combat. Just purchased your course. Thank you, Zaya. Very much appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. And again, I've got the new course coming out very shortly. I just joined when you made it, so don't have it before. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. How do we feel about that poison? Does that look good or no? I think maybe if I turn down the amount of particles on this one and on this one. Oh, that's already down enough. Honestly, this can probably go down even more. Yeah, let's try that. Good morning, Emerson. Good morning, welcome back. What type of course is the new one going to be? It's an online cooperative multiplayer course. So you'll learn how to do the Godot high-level networking, you'll learn how to create clients and servers, you're going to learn how to do make a game with server authority, so it's server authoritative, where one player acts as the server. So it's kind of a mix of peer-to-peer and server authority. And I also do a little section at the end of the course where I show you how to do like port forwarding and stuff, so you can actually connect with a friend over the network. So yeah, it'll be great, I think. I'm gonna make these even faster. Let's make this one even faster. Hello, cat. Hello. Okay, let's try that. It's 8 a.m. in the morning. It is indeed. Can't stop, won't stop. Welcome back, Any Key. The course might be something I need for the second game I'm building. We'll keep that in mind. Keep a note on that, thanks. You're welcome. Yes, this cat. He's an early riser too. Okay, I know. Oh my gosh. For me, it's 9:12. Just an hour ahead of me, eh? Just an hour ahead. All right, let's go ahead and see what that looks like. How do we feel about that? Does that look better as a... Ooh. Does that look better as a poison effect? I think that looks better, honestly. I like the little lingering particles at the end. Permanent subscribe right there, yeah. I love my cat and my cat loves me. It's a match. Alright, let's see. I died. I need to redo this screen. I'm sick of looking at this ugly "you died" screen. That "you died" screen needs to be, like, really good. I don't know. I do have ideas for that you died screen, though. I think it's going to be really cool. 2:11 p.m. here in Scandinavia. Very nice. I don't know. What do we think? What do we think? Any feedback on the poison effect now? I think it would be fun to add a vial. I might add a vial. So the vial could come in after like 0.3 of a second impact. I can't make the animations too long though, that's the thing. So I have to make them really snappy, but I think it's looking okay. Vial that gets hurled could be cool. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So let me, I'm just gonna stage what I have. No, let's just do a new iteration on poison effect. I like the new effect. Okay. All right. We're going. So now let's see if I can do a vial. I think a vial would be good. Hello, Snupbill. Thank you for the IDR 10,000. Very much appreciate that. Always very generous, and it's always great to see you. And we, of course, have the classic message, Yummers, here, that we all look forward to and love every morning. Welcome back, Snupbill. Always great to have you here. And thank you again. It's very generous. So let me do one thing real quick. Let's now go ahead and do a vial. We'll do 18 by 18. Okay. And let's just, I'm going to create a background layer here. So the vial, we got to make it facing to the right, but I think I'll rotate it afterwards. So I'm thinking about doing just a very basic, just bloop. No, it's got to be a little bit more bulbous. You know what? I'll maybe make it like a little... Here, let's make this bigger. It needs to have room for an outline, so I got to be careful not to go overboard. I think That's probably okay. Yeah, that's a better shape right there. Good. Okay, so that's a good shape. I'm running out of room at the top here, but that's okay. I have 1 pixel of space at the bottom, so I'm going to move this down. There we go. Okay, and then what I'll do is I'm just going to hollow this out a little bit. Okay. Should put symmetry on. Okay, good. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Let's draw the poison inside first. Okay, and then we'll draw the background. I think that works. Do I want to put that there? Does that look better? No, I think it looks better like this. Okay, I'm actually going to change the color of that. And then do this. Okay. But then also put some highlights over there. Okay. I think it looks decent. It's looking decent. I'm breaking my rule a little bit right here, but I don't think that's terribly important. I actually don't know if this is going to look okay in the game, so I should probably figure that out, but that's all right. One thing at a time. Okay, there's a little poison vial for us. We do want this to be outlined. Okay, effect, we're going to call this poison vial. .png. Honestly, I'm just going to put this here and see what it looks like. Oh, I can't do that. Shoot. I need to change this type to a regular node 2D, and then add child node canvas group with the particles inside of it. This canvas group there. I think the animation player should still be okay. Yeah. I hope this vial isn't too big, but let's just see. Let's just see what it looks like. And then we'll give it some... Oh, didn't work. Because I need to load that script again. Load. This is now a node 2D. Okay. Go to the combat here. Boom, boom. Oh, that's perfect. That's a perfect size. So now we just got to animate that vial. Also, it needs to be facing... I don't... maybe it doesn't matter which orientation it has. Hello, cat. Oh, no. BRB gonna need coffee for this. Yes, indeed. Grab your coffee, grab your coffee. Welcome back, Jackie Daytona. Hello, Parallel Highway. Welcome back. Good to see you as always. Can you recommend some pixel art course? I don't have any good courses to recommend. I can recommend a couple of things though. So I have a pixel art tips video on this channel, which you can watch. Those are the 5 tips that I learned that most dramatically improved my art skill. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. Otherwise, I would recommend some creators like Adam Eunice is a good pixel art instructor on YouTube. There's a lot of free videos that he has up, as well as Pixel Pete. Pixel Pete is another great one. And there's another guy, I don't remember, but I would recommend going and looking up like pixel art tutorials specifically on YouTube, but also one of the things that's most helpful is pixel art critique videos. So if you search pixel art critique and you just watch somebody critique another person's art, you actually learn a lot just by watching that. So I would recommend those things for sure. But yeah, I don't have any good course recommendations for you, unfortunately. Hello, Fat Kid Games. Welcome back. Good to see you. Hello, Camillo. Welcome back. Okay, so now we're going to make this poison vial. We're going to chuck it. We're going to have it come in from a certain direction. I need to, let's see, open window, new window, here we go. Gunforged. Oh, look at that, we're already where I need to be. So this is a parabolic motion. There's parabolic motion in here, which is what I want. So I'm going to copy that. I think that's everything that I need. So, goodbye. PES process. Okay, what do I need then in here? We need a gravity time, so... Actually, I wonder if I do want a travel time instead. Maybe I'll do that instead. So let's see. Let's grab a reference to the vial here. Okay, so on play, we're gonna say poison vial dot position plus equals vector2 dot up times 64. Poison vial dot position plus equals vector2 dot left times mathutil.rng.rand f range. We'll give it a range of maybe 32 to 64. Okay. Destination position is 0. So we're going to need this range and y final, y initial. Let's grab that stuff. What are you doing? So destination is going to be 0. Artillery creation args origin. Poison vial dot position dot x. The y final is 0. And that's poison vial dot position dot y. Okay. Then we got this initial velocity here. Initial velocity equals vector 2.0. Why is that here? Oh. So we need a gravity constant. We have the travel time, so we got travel time. Let's put that in there. Travel time. We do need a gravity. So private const float gravity is equal to 800. I should really put this in my Godot utility so I have a way of constructing parabolic motion. Range divided by travel time. Okay. Private vector 2 vial velocity. Vial velocity dot y plus equals gravity times delta. Position. Oh, this would be, shoot. Yeah, this would be poison vial dot position plus equals vial velocity times float dot delta. I think that's all I need to do. And then we'll say vial velocity equals initial velocity. And we're also going to want a tween in here. Tween property, poison vial. Let's do this. Poison vial dot scale equals vector 2.0. Property name dot scale vector 2.1. Let's do travel time divided by 2. Transition type back and out. Okay. I don't know if that's going to work, but we'll see. Let's see. Did you get install Godot theme? Yeah, I'm using the Godot minimalist theme that was making the rounds online a couple of days ago. Oh. I think the gravity needs to be higher. Also, the vial needs to end after the travel time. So we'll do this. Tween.set parallel. Tween.tween property. Poison vial. String node 2d dot property name dot visible. False. And we're going to do this. After travel time. See what that does. You're welcome, Alex D. Exio, welcome back. Good to see you again. You are using Godot with C#. How is that experience? Godot set up for it as well, but yet to actually make a script. It's great. Yeah, I mean, aside from the technical issues like there's no web exports, I like working with C# and Godot. I think it's great. Yeah, no complaints from me. So if you like languages like C#, I would encourage you to check it out to use it. Oh, that's not right. Why is that not right? Why is that not right? Let's do a callback instead. Callable.from. We'll do a lambda function in there. Poison vial dot visible is equal to false, and then we're going to do set delay travel time. I wonder if I did my parabolic motion wrong. It's possible. Hello, Shirley. Grab my coffee. You are early today. I am early today. Yes, indeed. Got lots of work to do. Good to see you, Shirley. As always. No web export for Godot C#. Right, yeah. I heard performs better than GDScript. Any truth to that? In very narrow situations, yes. But the bottom line is that for any script, whether it's GDScript or C# that has to interact with the Godot API, so the C++ layer, there's basically no performance benefit. So if you're just calling Godot APIs, C# is not any faster, basically, than GDScript. Where C# is faster is when you're writing code that stays in the C# layer. So you're doing stuff that doesn't have to call the Godot API. That's when you get a performance benefit, but really the answer is like no, there's not much of a benefit in performance outside of very narrow scenarios. Why is that not? Do I have to bump up this gravity quite a bit? Let's do 5,000. I'm trying to get a more arc to that motion. C# is my work language. Nice. Very nice. Ooh, that's too much. Also, that needs to be synchronized with the animation play. So let's do this. That was 5,000. Let's try 2,000. Let's also not play the animation yet. That needs to be played in here. And I can add some rotation and stuff to the vial as well. Ooh. I wonder if let me think. If I start it position-wise further out, if that would produce a better result. Barely see the bottle on your end. Could be this stream. But yeah, the animation does have to be quick. The animation does have to be quick because we're not waiting for the animations to finish before continuing on with the game. So the animation can't take like 2 seconds because then the game's going to be behind where the visuals are. So I am working with a really tight constraint, generally speaking. Might change this to 96 as well, and then up the gravity even more. Let's see. In my personal experience, I was trying to create a custom auto tile system and got much better performance using C#. Now the system is working. Yeah, again, I think if you can create an auto tile system that, as long as all the heavy duty calculations stay within the C# layer, and then all you're doing is just assigning the tiles through the Godot API, I think that can be a huge performance benefit for sure. You know what I might do? What happens if I change it? I wonder what happens if I just make the poison vial's initial position 0. What would that look like? So if it just goes straight up and down. That might look kind of goofy as well, actually. Let's see. Chat in YouTube is a little bit behind. Oh, I see. Oops. I did it wrong. This screen is so ugly. I need to rework that screen. Oh, that's kind of funny, actually. The little bottle just pops up. I might do that instead. So if I give it, I'll give it a random, maybe a random from -32 to +32. And then if I give it higher gravity, that should give it a taller peak. Let's see. Not quite. Building a railroad tycoon game, and a lot of calc is done when moving the trains along the track as well as generating the world. There could likely be some gains on that. Yeah, possibly. Just use the set cell after the calculations were done. Yeah. I think Mrs. is I don't know if I got the right is in there, but he made one of his early horror games. There was like a fog of war effect that he rewrote in C# and got a lot of performance gain from it. So it definitely can be a performance game. It's just, I'm not sure that I would use the, C# performs better as a reason to use C# from the start. Like, if you want the performance from C#, you should wait until you have a performance need for it, if that's the reason why you're going to use it. I would generally recommend, like, choose C# if that's the language you want to use for the project. If you want to use GDScript, stick with GDScript. And the thing is, you're not pigeonholed either. You can always, like, write a C# script in a GDScript code base if you need to. So you're not locked into your choice. No, I don't think that worked better in my head, but it didn't. It didn't really work that well. So let's get rid of that. Just a matter of tweaking these numbers, really. Suspect you're referring to something more than just property on a scene. Yeah, I mean, anything that changes an underlying piece of Godot data is going to interact with the Godot API, I think. So like from C#, if you set a property on a node, that has to get logged in the underlying like Godot system, because the C# is just like a scripting layer, basically. So it needs to shuffle all of your data to the underlying Godot system, if that makes sense. I think I'm going to see what happens if I add some rotation. Vile angular velocity. Vile angular velocity is equal to, let's do 720 times mathutil.rand, or no, rng.rand sign. And then in here, poison vial.rotation degrees plus equals vile angular velocity times float delta. And then we're also going to set the poison vial.rotation degrees, randf range 0 to 360. Okay. Let's see if that works. Not being locked in is a lovely feature. Just downloaded mono version for future proofing. Very nice, yeah. I just think the gravity probably is a little bit too high. We'll turn that down. It's not necessarily, so it's not necessarily about which script the variables use. It's like, are you setting a variable on a Godot object or not? Or are you calling a function that's on a Godot object? Like, is the object fundamentally owned by Godot or is it owned by C#? Like, that's really the question. Because anytime you interact with an object that's a Godot object, that's going to have to go into the Godot system, which involves marshalling and unmarshalling data, which is really where the performance like gets hit, is the interaction with the C++ layer. How are we feeling about that? Is that a better poison effect? How are we feeling about that? Yeah, I'm not an expert in the C# performance, but I think, yeah, the broad strokes of what I've said, I think is true. But yeah, definitely should do some more research if you're considering using it. I love that I can use extension methods, interfaces, and all the link stuff, yeah. Even like just the availability of certain other data structures like hash sets has been really valuable. Oof, I lost. I barely lost. Let's see what it looks like with a spider on there too. Nice. Villager chicken torch. I think I like that. I think I like that. Did we finally get a poison effect? I think the effect is pretty good now. Yeah, I think it's there. Oh my gosh, I'm getting my butt kicked. I need a hash set for my company manager, that is for sure. Maybe that alone is enough to go C#. Yeah, maybe. Effect looks really good now, by the way. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's good. I might just put this one to rest now. Add poison vial effect. Okay, I'm gonna say that one's good. So let me look at my board here. Let me look at my vault. Necromancer grid board. Working title. So what do I've got going on here? Add artifact purchasing to shop. Oh yeah, I still need to refactor the shop to use my new tooling that I made. So I'm gonna have to do that. The artifact event is done. Hold on a second, let me think. What is the board software? It's Obsidian. Obsidian with the Kanban community plugin. Well, let's just see what this does. Oh, that's wrong. I need to fix that. Maybe I should fix that. There's something weird happening in the status components. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's get rid of that. I don't think I want that anymore. I'm just waiting every time the statuses are processed. I was just waiting a third of a second, but that was making the combat pretty choppy, so yeah, that feels much smoother now. Okay. That feels much smoother now. This is kind of useless now, but I'm going to leave that in place for now. Remove that. Okay, we'll mark that as done. I need to fix... Let me go to my card UI. I think I deleted something that was important in here. Can I look at the file history? Open file history. Remove card damage indicator. Reorient progress bars. Turn progress bar. Oh, maybe I didn't shoot. Maybe I never even had this to begin with. Oh, wait. Did I remove some stuff? Oh, this is just the damage progress bar. Okay. So this, turn progress bar, custom minimum size. I'm going to need to figure out a way to correct this because right now, for something like the lantern, since the lantern is an odd shape, this turn progress bar needs to be just stuck on this left edge there. So yeah, I need to fix that. I don't know how I'm going to fix that. I guess it would just be a matter of getting the number of contiguous cells on the left-hand side. Red Bull also fine? Sure, Red Bull is fine. Hello, Cass. Do you host the file somewhere? Because I think tooling is really cool. But then you have to host it somewhere you trust. Yeah, I mean, by default, it just goes onto your drive. So my vault is on my drive, but then I also sync it to my private cloud, my network attached storage, and then that gets backed up to a third-party cloud provider as well. I don't have access to my notes on my phone, which is fine for me because I don't really need to access them. But so I haven't really gone through the effort of trying to synchronize between like my computer and my phone, but I could in theory do that with some additional setup. But there's all, I mean, basically it's just a matter of like figuring out how to get the files to sync between your devices because it's all your files, right? You could use a third-party sync service like Obsidian has one, a sync service that you can pay for, but I'm sure you could like homebrew a sync service too with the tools that are available. Looking for a new way to manage my notes and docs, and Notion was not the correct choice. Yeah, I really don't like Notion at all. I think it's way too busy. There's way too much going on. And then, of course, the issue is that if you load up a bunch of data into Notion, it's like you're kind of dependent on whether Notion continues to exist or not. I just went through like a phase probably a couple years ago now where I just downloaded all of my data from all my services and got them into my own private storage. And I think that's a must to do for people, especially if your entire livelihood is based on like digital media. If all of your work is stored in someone else's, garage, essentially, it's like there's a risk there, I just uploaded them to my Git repository. Yeah, you can do that for sure. Yeah. Hello, Yeet. Welcome back. Good to see you. So we need to figure out how to get this turn progress bar to work. I think card occupied cells. Get card occupied cells. Okay. So I'm going to tell the AI to do this. Store the contiguous leftmost cells in a variable in a list based on the card stats dot occupied. What is it called? Cells? I don't know if that's going to work. Let's see. Card occupied cells. I don't think it had enough context, but that's okay. Card occupied cells. Order by cell.y. Okay, so we're gonna do this now. Var top padding is equal to leftmost cells. Oh, I actually don't know where to. Leftmost cells dot first. Well, I can just do 0 dot y times games constants dot tile size plus padding top. That's correct. And then var bottom padding card stats dimensions dot y minus last dot y minus 1. That seems to work. And then the custom minimum size here. Var minimum y size is equal to dimensions dot y. No, this has to be leftmost cells dot count that. Okay. So now I need to, oh, can I even set that? Hold on, let's see. Card UI. This is a margin container. I see. I'm not going to be able to easily reposition this turn progress bar here. I may need to add another control in here. Well, this is going to be tricksy. Private providers like GitHub aren't going away anytime soon, and out-of-the-box version control. Only thing I would have a problem with is trust that they don't AI train on the notes. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Are GitHub repositories encrypted at rest or no? Do you trust GitHub? I mean, I trust GitHub. I mean, I trust the third-party providers, generally speaking. It's just that, you know, you can't be too careful. You need insurance. I have a script that runs every night that pulls down all of my repositories and saves them to a local drive. So I am backing up my GitHub repositories as well, but I'm not expecting them to go anywhere. The other benefit of having that backup too is that if I ever stupidly force push for some reason and delete a bunch of history, I have a backup that I can restore from. So there's another option there. Of course they don't, but living zero trust life, but GitHub is okay for now. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with it for sure. Tech lover, but I also want privacy, and those two things don't go together. I think it's because I'm in that world you hear that companies are doing to get as much data as possible. Yeah, I've definitely been on the sketchy end of software engineering where it's like, we're collecting all of this data. It's like, oh. A lot of people don't know this, but there are services that you can add to your software products like your websites and whatnot that will literally track everything that the user does on the website. So like you can watch a video playback essentially of everywhere the user's clicking, everything the user is writing. There are like ways to censor fields so that that data doesn't get in, so we don't collect like passwords or other sensitive data. But at the same time, you just have to trust that the developers are being proactive and making sure to censor the sensitive data. So yeah, you'd be surprised at what people can actually see in terms of how you're using their website. But of course, things like Brave or other ad blockers will block those kinds of services too. So good morning, Lukey. I would say for code, I trust GitHub, but notes can be a lot more personal, like medical stuff or what you do every day. True, yeah. How does delaying like frame delay and seconds delay work with Godot in C#? Are you talking about asynchronous? I mean, you can do asynchronous await of a Godot timer, and it works basically the same as you would do it in Godot. You just have to C#ify it a little bit. It's just notes for my game project. Mouseflow, Hotjar Sentry, yeah. We were using LogRocket quite a bit. But yeah, Hotjar is another one. Yep, kind of scary, kind of creepy, but I do believe, yeah, I think like the ad blockers block those things. And the problem is that we need that data to make the UX better. Yeah, I mean, there's a good reason for it. Like, they're not tracking you just to track you. It's like the reason you use those tools is so that you can see where the pain points are when the users are operating the site. And especially with things like Hotjar or LogRocket, you get to see like what the website is actually rendering like on their end. So if there's an issue with their profile for some reason that is causing a React component not to render, then you can see that and say, oh, you know, we have a proxy to combat ad blockers. Oh, very nice. Very nice. That's actually smart. Dang. Anyway, so we're going to come back to this turn progress bar in a second here, but I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break. We're already an hour into the stream. Can you believe that? So I'm going to take a quick 3-minute break, get a refill on my drink and all that good stuff. And when I come back, we got to figure out how to position this progress bar correctly because it's wrong. All right, I'm back. At the rate AI is going, the internet will go another evolution. I remember when ads was not a thing and everyone was just messing around with HTML and CSS. Less scared, more curious, yeah. Yeah, the way to go is getting a cabin in the woods and hunt bears or something. Yeah, then have satellite internet and still be in the same spot. Honestly, I fear for the worst for the internet as a place to be with all the AI slap that's just sprayed out currently. I miss the authenticity. Yeah, I've been seeing, especially on like social media sites, a lot of like posts that are very clearly ChatGPT generated. Like it's so painfully obvious, and I'm just like, maybe dead internet theory is true. Maybe I am a VTuber. Maybe I'm just one of the latest Google VO AIs. You don't even know. Indie dev is going to get hit too. You can generate games now, especially pixel art games. Yes, I'm still skeptical of how well that's going to work, like generate a game from a prompt, but AI tooling is definitely going to be a thing with indie developers. Game jams are going to be harder to moderate with all the AI generated games. Yeah, I think I'm with Mastercard here. I think that we'll still get a lot of good indie games, even games that use some kind of AI tooling. I think the difference is going to be, is the game being entirely created by AI, or is the dev with their vision corralling the AI to do what they want, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. In the world of web, I think it will become one big same fest. Every website will feel the same because everything will be Next.js. Shade CN. Not a bad idea. Oh, the cabin thing. Is Magic Man AI? Maybe. Welcome, Balato, by the way. Hello, Real Crudo. I love the alien videos from VO. They are funny as hell. I've never seen them. I have to look that up. I'll create an AI called Ice Belly to replace you. Oh my gosh. AI sucks at making code it hasn't seen. Yeah, that's true. The aesthetic of this project is so clickable. Yeah, I think it's clickable. I kind of, the game is almost feeling like a point and click game in a lot of ways, this game. Anyway, let's see what I need to do for this turn progress bar. So I need the top position. Oh, that's right. I need to change this to a control. Why? Yeah, we'll make this, yeah, that's a full rectangle. We'll make this ignore. The turn progress bar now, I can change this position. So now I can change the progress bar's position. So the custom minimum size is going to work, but then I need the position. Turn progress bar dot position plus equals vector2 or equals vector2 dot down times leftmost cells 0 dot y times game constants dot tile size. I don't think I need that padding top. Do I need that padding top? I don't know. I honestly don't know if this is gonna work. Let's find out. Oh shoot. No, I'm good. I think I'm good. I don't know. Hello, Raised Ball. Welcome back. I'm more concerned about how easy it is becoming to constantly pumped out disinformation propaganda. Information age is coming to an end. Make way for the disinformation age. Well, I mean, I think that's been a perennial problem. I mean, you could go back to newspapers from 100 years ago and just read blatantly false reports. And the volume is definitely increased, but I don't know if the problem is any different. You know what I mean? I think it's the same for developers. The people that use AI to learn will get better and more productive, but people that just want only answers will fall apart. Maybe, yeah. It depends. I mean, I'm just generally skeptical of the capabilities of AI. Like, my personal opinion is that we've kind of plateaued, that AI is basically as good as it's going to get for a while. I don't buy any of this, like, oh, it's going to get, like, superhuman intelligence. I don't even think that's possible, to be honest. But we can get into that another time. I think you can tell even when using AI, it loses the human touch in most cases. Like, just take what you were building. I can see AI. I can't see AI spit out that. Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's true. I'm doing well. How are you doing? Point and clicky, meaning it'll be easy to turn to mobile. IDK, if that's how that works. Point and clicky more so in the style, but I think this game could be easily or relatively easily portable to mobile. But I've never really done that in Godot, so I'm not sure. That did not work. How did that fail so well? Oh, I think I need to set the size to 0 so it resets. Maybe that's what I'm doing. Oh, I meant I saw the art in the thumbnail and I wanted to click on it. Gotcha. I had that no examples problem earlier today with Azure pipelines. It kept going from saying A to B to B to A, getting mad at me that I was doing its previous step. Yeah. Well, people said AI can't draw hands like a year ago. The real difference now is that we have an insane amount of horsepower of GPUs instead of that in the 1980s, right? Still having a lot of back and forth right now with game dev stuff. Yeah, it goes that way sometimes. It does go that way sometimes. What in the heck? How did I fail so spectacularly at this? Two. So... oh, this needs to be... oh no, this is wrong. This needs to be... oh, wait. Yeah, I didn't change this to minimum Y size here. This needs to be minimum Y size. I don't know why it's wider than it should be. Why is it wider than it should be? I don't know. I don't know why it's wider than it should be. Did you consider getting Gunforged on Epic? Apparently they didn't take a cut of the profits you make to 1 mil now. I have not considered that. I mean, I probably would get like 5 sales total on Epic, so I'm not really interested. Because everything is, I mean, it's all about the economics of it, you know what I mean? It's like, if I spend 10 hours of my time to sell 5 copies of Gunforged on Epic, then it's not worth it, you know? Why are those wider than they should be? I don't understand. Why is that? I don't what is going on? What is going on? Let me pause. Go to remote scene tree main, or no. Yeah, main run manager. Game UI. Oh no, let's go to drawer UI. Board animation root. Board container player board. Cards. Oh gosh. Okay. Got my turn progress bar here. So the custom minimum size is 2, but the size is 4. So that's the problem. Why is the size 4? I'm setting the size here to 0, which should reset the size. Do I need to do this in a call deferred? So I've identified the problem at least. So let's see. Oh, look at that. Is it working? Is all the math correct? So now the lantern has the proper turn progress bar. I should get another oddly shaped one. Where's the alembic? I need the alembic. Let's get rid of the lantern. Let's change this to alembic. What do you think about Pico 8? I mean, it's an interesting project. I don't have any interest in using it, though. It's too low resolution for me. It's a little bit hard to look at. I think I'm just tired and exhausted from life. Yeah, that happens. That definitely happens. Oh. I thought I had another oddly shaped card. Maybe I don't. Oh well, I think the code is working, so I think we're good. Let me just try it with a bunch of other ones now. Yeah, I think it's working. Cool. I think that looks pretty good, so fix that issue. Okay, so fixed turn progress bar on oddly shaped cards. Good. I'm only using 30% of all the water that the data center in the world use, so we're fine. It's only using 30% of the water, yeah. I'll drop out of stream for a bit. Work is done, so we'll go home. Thanks for the chat. Have rung the bell, so we'll be back. Awesome. Well, thanks for joining Night Raven Games, and hope to see you in the future. We need to return to Monkey. Cool to see the different effects based on attack type. Yeah, I think it's going well. The poison looks great. Looking good. The game don't look bad either. Thank you, Rookie Tookie. How long is a run right now? Well, I don't have like full runs in place. It really doesn't take more than a couple minutes to get through the level though. So I'm gonna have to work on pacing for sure. Ideally, I think I would want a run to be maybe around a half-hour long. So I'm not sure how to accomplish that necessarily, but I got a bug here. I don't know why that's happening. Of course, it depends on if you just like auto-resolve all the fights too. Upgrade a card. Here comes the cat. What's up? Let's see. I can't upgrade anything. Skip. So I'm just going through these runs. I'm auto-resolving, getting my money. Let's go to the shop. Oh, I kind of got myself in a loop here, but that's all right. A Viper. Let's grab that. It doesn't think that that card is there for some reason. Let's put the Viper here. That is a level tier 3 Viper. Dang. Let's do an enchant. Let's enchant the Viper. Why not? Echo, yes. So now we've got echoing on that guy. I don't have any more money. All right. Let's go grab an artifact. Adds a spiderling minion to your inventory after each common encounter. Minion critical chances increased by 20%. Well, I've got 3 minions on the board, so let's take that one. And now I can see that I've got 20% crit chance on all those minions here. Sweet. I wonder if I'm going to be able to beat the boss now. Let's grab a health increase. Let's see. I just need to survive the first onslaught of damage. I might not survive it though. Oh. Nope. Dang, I can never beat the boss, even when I have good cards. So I'm gonna need to balance that for sure, but let's Let's sacrifice some cards. Go back in. I should be able to win this time. I won. There's no boss winning, but that's like one level. So I just did one level there. So however long that took, 5 minutes maybe. But again, the game is not like fully balanced and I haven't figured out like what a good pacing is yet. So it's all in flux. Auto resolve is going to give you a headache when thinking about pacing. Well, I don't really want... I want it to be like a half hour if you're not going to do auto resolve, but if you want to just blow through a run, you can do that. Or maybe I'll just remove the auto resolve. I don't know. I kind of wanted it, but I don't know if you already have it, but the resurrect and upgrade menus, I'd personally prefer being able to click the cards to move them over rather than dragging. Yeah, that will be a quality of life improvement that I add in the future. All right, Cass, thanks for joining. Well, and I hope to see you in the future. How's the new health screen looking right now? Oh, I haven't done any work on it really in a while. I've been so focused on getting the new course done. But I can show you. Let's see. So this is what I have so far for the health screen. It may actually be a little bit too big. But maybe not, because I'm going to have a smaller vial here too. But yeah, that's what it looks like so far. Hello, D-Stut. Bought your course. There are last 2 courses on Godot, wondering if there will be more. Yes, there's another one coming out probably by the end of this week or early next week. It's an online cooperative multiplayer course. So unfortunately, it's not a card game, but oof, barely won, yeah. I agree with D-Stut on the card course for Godot. Is your art commissioned or done yourself? I do all the art myself. Yep. Gonna be my favorite art piece from this game. Well, good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I got one more vial to do and then I gotta just like finish up the background elements and it will be good to go. Okay, what should we do next? What should we do next? Let's take a look at the board here. I still need to do... What do I need to do? There's a lot of art that I need to do still. Artifact purchasing to shop. I need to refactor the shop a little bit. Let's see. What do we got for art? Leech. A cursed egg is an interesting one. Cleanse current debuffs. Consume all current poison stacks and deal damage. I don't know if that one's going to be useful. Improves the healing of any ability by 1. Renders the card unusable after execution, but provides a buff of some kind. That would be an interesting one to do. Give adjacent cards echo, provide damage buff to minions. Crit chance, crit magnitude, deal damage based on board position. Just looking through my backlog here if there's anything interesting we can work on here. I did this one. We could do an artifact maybe. Basilisk Eye. Ooh, that would be a That would be a good one, actually. Noble Pedigree first purchase at shop is free. That would be a fun one, too. Enemy minions have turn cooldown increased by 1. That's a very powerful one. Iron Gauntlet. If one minion on board gains damage after every successful combat. That is an interesting one. Maybe I'll do that one, the Iron Gauntlet. Netcode, guess I'll be purchasing that as well. What genre of game? It's a twin stick shooter. It's like my game Globins, which is on my itch.io page. A teapot card that gives X amount of health for every X turns. Ooh. That's a good idea. Give X health for every turn. That's a good ability idea for sure. Apologies if too intrusive, but is the cut you get from Udemy from your courses reasonable? I just hope you're compensated properly. Yeah, it's very reasonable. I mean, I think the cut can be viewed as a little bit steep, but Udemy does do a lot of legwork in terms of like surfacing the course in search results and promoting the course and everything. So they take a pretty sizable chunk of the sales. But my referral code, if you use my referral code, I get the overwhelming majority of the sale. So the way Udemy thinks about it is like, is Udemy the one marketing your course, or are you the one marketing your course? And if you market your course with your own referral code, Udemy gives you the overwhelming majority of the sale. But if Udemy is doing the legwork and marketing your course through their various promotions and whatnot, then Udemy takes a larger cut of the course. How much is their cut? I think their cut is 60%. Which is a little bit steep, but again, if you're considering like the marketing costs, it's like I would not have nearly as many sales on my courses if Udemy was not promoting my courses for me. So it's like, it's an optimization problem. It's like you can't necessarily just be greedy and say, well, they're taking a bunch of my money. You have to consider like, what would it cost for you to market yourself, and how much effort would it be to get that many sales on your own? And you can still, like I said, you can still market your courses by yourself with your own course code. And so yeah, can you use it retroactively? No, you cannot. I'm sorry. Sorry to say you got 40% of my purchase. That's all right. That's okay. All good, all good. So let's do an Iron Gauntlet. Iron Gauntlet. This item damage successful combat and applies that damage to a minion if it is the only minion on the board. I'll figure out how to reword that in a second, but oops, did I close Acebright? I guess I did. Artifact.acebright. Oops, that's the wrong one. Where are my artifacts at? Where are my artifacts at? Artifacts.acebright, here we go. All right, let's see if we can draw a gauntlet. Oh, this is gonna be tough. This is gonna be real tough. I gotta get the fingers working, but I know it doesn't look like much. Just trying to get this shape down first. Okay. Maybe I won't do individual fingers. Maybe I'll just do it like this. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work. Proceeds to draw individual fingers. Does this need to have... Oh, it needs to have a 2 pixel radius around it. I wonder if I can just... Well, I guess I don't need these little finger parts. Or maybe I do. What if I just extend this a little bit? That'll work. I think that's fine. Yeah, I just need a little bit more space for the outline. Can I just shrink this down without destroying anything? Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. So then what I would do is probably have some kind of like strap or something. It's not really that shaped that well. Hold on a second. I'm going to actually just stage this so I don't ruin the shape here. You know what I'll do? I'm going to do a different layer. Something like that. And then let's see, what do I want to do? I was thinking I would do like a buckle or something, but is that going to be doable? Oops. Maybe. Actually, I wonder if this should be moved down. Yeah, I probably want to move that down, actually. Okay. We'll get the shading on the gauntlet here going. First course I found through Udemy, but the second one... First course I found through Udemy, but the second one was because I looked you up directly to see if you had anything new. Awesome. Make sure to use your code from now on. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Is it one generic token or is it a different token per course? It's a different per course, yeah. Do you have your courses on other sites like Skillshare and whatnot? No, but I think I will put them on YouTube, gated behind a YouTube membership tier. Gauntlet with that palette is going to be tough, yeah. Hello, Rin. Welcome back. AI can't draw hands and neither can we. Ain't that the truth? Finally catching a stream. Is there a reason you don't do the outline in Engine? Sometimes I do the outline in Engine. It kind of just depends. I am dealing with a little bit of constraints where I can't, in some situations, it's hard to use a shader for the outline based on like whether I'm using canvas groups or whatever. So sometimes it's easier just to make the outline a separate shape or a separate piece of art, you know? Yeah, Gauntlet is definitely going to be rough in this, with this palette, that's for sure. But I think I can manage it. It's just going to be a matter of doing things correctly. And then we'll make this just dark all the way down here. Did I do it? I wish I had even darker color here. I mean, I could use this, but that looks kind of weird. I might just put it like that, maybe. I wonder if I use it in a couple of other places too, if that's going to make it look more coherent. It kind of doesn't look like a gauntlet, especially this part here. I wonder if I just made this bigger. Or I could maybe even just delete this part. Or maybe just maybe that just needs to go. Let me shade this in as if that wasn't there. And I'll see. I wanted to add like a leather strap. I thought that would be a cool detail, but if that's not going to work, then it's not going to work. Oops. You can do like a fist with only the knuckle side visible. When the necromancer runs out of mana, he can just throw the hands now. Yeah. I also remember you planning to use AI for music and maybe more for the demo. Be careful with that, as there's still a bunch of distrust for anything made with AI that could alienate potential players. Yeah, I know. I know. The band looked great. You like the band? I would add fingers. Looks chunky. Well, it's one of those gauntlets that has like the finger protection. This one. So yeah, it's got like it's just like a mitten basically. And the reason is because I didn't want to draw fingers. They weren't turning out that great. This looks so good, holy hell. Thank you, Bartu, I appreciate that. So that's why there's like a thumb here, but I think there needs to be more shape here, I think. Maybe that's the problem I'm ending up with. I don't know. This part is the part that looks weird to me. With the strap though, the strap could make it look a little bit better. Maybe? Oops. I'm on the wrong layer. Ah, what am I doing? Okay. Yeah, I feel like there needs to be some kind of... The problem is it looks kind of like a crustacean when it has the band on it. I wonder if did I try this already? I'm gonna duplicate this so I'm not destroying it. Duplicate, hide. I wonder if I just shorten this up quite a bit. Shorten that up and then do that. Can I give it a little bit more shape here? I could also potentially merge these. I liked it better when it was not. Well, I mean, I could do more fingers here now, maybe. Just like little fingers poking out. That doesn't look great either, though. Who needs fingers? I could never be a knight with this lack of knowledge. True. Have you finished the poison effect you were working on yesterday? I did, yeah. I feel like I like the strap. I feel like it indicates that it's a wrist more. Well, maybe the strap position is just what's messing me up then. I wonder if I take... Now that you said it looks like a wrist more. I wonder if I take this and I move this up and I put the strap here instead. So right, like at the... where the wrist meets. Yeah, does that look better? So if I just move it up a little more. I wonder if I should make this buckle brighter. Can I do that? I do like that little pixel there, though. Did I use every color in this gauntlet? I think I did. Maybe I will try moving the strap a little bit. No. I don't know. How does that look? I just signed on to tell you that I signed on to tell you I signed on. Well, welcome, pseudonym. Good to see you. The strap is okay, but it draws a lot of attention due to the color. I feel like not necessarily bad, but Imo, it's noticeable. Yeah, I think that's right. Looks like a bit caterpillar too. Yeah, I agree. Everything is a crab. Welcome back, T. Hendrix, by the way. Crab people, crab people. How about adding some kind of V shape in the middle? A V shape in the middle of the strap? The mitten look is not necessarily reminiscent of a typical gauntlet. It is not, but I don't have enough room to draw fingers. Not effectively, anyway. Is it a diploma burrito blob? It's a gauntlet. Ditch the strap dangly bit and just make it a different color of plate in the gauntlet, I feel like. Well, what colors should I use for the gauntlet? I've used every color that I can on this gauntlet. No, the middle top part, a V shape here. I don't know if I'm understanding it correctly. Do you know the gauntlet cursor when you drag something? Maybe that's the answer. I already have a cursor that looks like a gauntlet. Well, it's not, it doesn't look like a gauntlet. It's a skeleton hand. So I think probably no strap is better. Do I just need to like... I mean, it looks okay as is. I could try again to add... I like the shorter one here, so I'm going to do this. Copy that. Go to this gauntlet, delete this, delete, delete, paste. And then move this over. Oops. Move it. Why can't I move this? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's lock that. What was I gonna do? Oh, try fingers again. Wait. How am I gonna... See, I just don't have enough room here. This is gonna look terrible. Three-finger gauntlet. That doesn't look terrible, I guess. Let's see. Oh, fingers. I think now the thumb needs to actually be like over top of it. This is hard. I don't know. Maybe if people aren't liking the strap, it could be like a studded band almost. Let's see. Why does his fingers just look bad? I don't know how to make them look better. And I don't know if just like doing straight up like rectangles is gonna work either. You know? I mean, that looks okay. You understood it, but it seems impossible in this medium. Oh, I gotcha. I can't type, bruh, OMG. That's alright. Could you reduce the height of the portion that covers the fingers and add a few knuckles? Yeah, I tried to do that. It didn't look quite right. I don't know. Does everyone think this looks better? I think this almost needs to be moved over a little bit. I think, there we go. Maybe that's it. Can I move this up now? Oh, I think it was better the way it was. Got the hermit crab again, I know. Hello, Turbo Shook. You like it better? I honestly like the older mitten design, but IDK. Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? So this one, somebody suggested reduce that height and add some like knuckles, which I did try to do, but it just doesn't end up looking correct for a lot of the same reasons, I think, but let's try that. That doesn't look quite right either. Ah, this is difficult. Maybe just that. I don't know. Does that look okay? Wonder if we could reintroduce the strap now. Some people like the strap. It's gonna look kind of weird. I don't think the strap is gonna work. It was a valiant effort, but well, anyway. Is that better? Are you using shader for the sprite outlines? If yes, the shader pixel perfect or fuzzy on the outlines. I am using shader sometimes for the outlines, and yes, the shader is pixel perfect. Yes, it is pixel perfect. There's no fuzziness. Okay, how are we feeling about that? I think that's probably fine. I think that looks fairly like a gauntlet now. I'm just looking at the preview here. I think that looks okay. It actually almost looks like I swapped the perspective a little bit, but that's all right. Go with your gut. I feel like we're confusing you. No, it's not confusing. I think it's good feedback. I mean, I felt all the same things that you guys felt. Like, I thought it looked kind of like a crustacean or a caterpillar or something when I was first doing it, and I don't think the strap works. I think the strap was a nice detail, but I think that makes the art more confusing rather than more clear. Because again, I mean, the thing about pixel art is like, it's all about giving the viewer the correct impression of what you're trying to do. And if your immediate impression of an item is that looks like a caterpillar, then it's wrong, you know what I mean? But now this looks like a gauntlet, I think. I think it does look like a gauntlet. I do like the fingers from afar, they look better. Yeah, I think the fingers, even though gauntlets can have those like finger protector things, I think that people are more readily expecting to see fingers, and that also gives the impression of it being a gauntlet more. So I think that's fine. I think that works. So I'll delete this old version of the gauntlet. And we're gonna say goodbye to the strap. Goodbye, strap. It's much better now, but also add 2 pixels for eyes up top, and it's a squid. Oh my gosh. Are you serious? Anyway. I do need to give this an outline too. There we go. Just patch up some of these. There we go. There we go, and I've got 2 pixels on both ends, so we're good with that. Sweet. So I can be a knight with this knowledge? Yes. Hello, Marcos. I have a quick question, or I have a question. Do you think it's a good idea to make things more generic and data-driven, like making hitboxes and hurtboxes generic? Yeah, I think that that's a good candidate for making those components, because those things tend to be reused quite frequently in games. And so rather than rewriting the hit handling logic all the time, you can make those generic, and then you can do things like pass along a hit parameters object. So you attach a hit parameters object to your hitbox, and then the hurtbox can read those parameters and decide how to respond to them in terms of damage and everything. It looks kind of like it doesn't have a thumb though. Yeah, I don't think the thumb is really visible. It's fine. I don't have a room for a thumb. Does kind of look like a squid. Oh my gosh. I guess we're just gonna go round and round on this all day. Okay, let me commit what I have. Okay, so unfortunately that's the end of the stream time though, so we're not gonna be able to do the functionality. We'll probably do the functionality on tomorrow's stream. So if you're interested in that, I hope to see you there. But yeah, that's it for the stream today. I gotta go prep for a meeting that I've got coming up. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for being here. Very much appreciate it. And if you want to, make a squid enemy. Yes, I should do that. I should do that. Squid artifact, yeah. But yeah, if you want to support my work, all the links to do so are in the description below. Thanks again for your support, everybody. And I hope to see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. for continuation of this gauntlet. Or squid, or whatever it is. Okay. Bye, everyone. Have a good day.